Alright, there we go. But yeah, there are people who marry people who on first glance and by many metrics would be considered ugly, but get to love them and see them for their beauty, their inner beauty. And that's great. That is preferable. That is the ideal, to be able to see beyond someone's physical unattractiveness, to appreciate the attractiveness within, which is always more important. During COVID, I thought, wow, people's eyes are all really pretty. When they take off the mask, it's another story. Yeah, when you can only see the eyes. Well, is it... does it stop being true that the eyes were pretty when the rest of them isn't? That's funny. That's... Oh my goodness. Right. Yeah, there's no value in saying that there's no such thing as objective physical attractiveness. It's just tacitly untrue. Oh. Okay. You like dark eyes more than green and blue? Fair, fair. Yeah. And I prefer light eyes. Green are my favorite, I think. I don't think there is an objectively best color. But, you know, not having acne is an objective benefit. Not having scars on your face. You have something against tattooed lizard people, Charles, hmm? That's a good question I've never asked myself before. Maybe I do. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I also prefer red hair to anything else. I don't know if that's not objective. Ugh! He didn't do the follow-up. He does follow a certain logic, doesn't he? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder? I disagree. I disagree. There are preferences, and then there is objective beauty. There is subjective beauty, and there is also objective beauty, just as there is subjective reality and objective reality. I think we can judge a piece of art for its objective qualities, whether or not we like it. And everybody does this, even if they don't believe in objectivity. They still act as if that is the truth, and it is the truth. Oh! Like, there's no such thing as a neutral amount of attractiveness. I mean, and there is, actually. What was I saying? I don't know what I was trying to say there. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I guess what I meant was there's no neutrality to objectivity. That makes sense. Blue eyes are pretty, dark eyes are cute. Personality is more about objective? That's not true either. Because there are many people out there that are psychotic and love each other, and their personalities are horrible. Yeah. The personality is a very subjective thing. In fact, one's amount of attractiveness is actually more objective than one's personality. Because one can change one's personality if one is determined enough to do so. Oof. To a degree. You can't ever completely get rid of your personality that you were born with. Yo. Transpersonal? Well, if you think about it... Oh my gosh. If you think about it, There are things about your personality, how you act, how you speak, that remain the same throughout your life, but how many of those things have remained the same? Not very many. Your personality changes even day to day sometimes, as you interact with others. Your personality can change. The way you laugh can even change. If you're around other people, you tend to sound like them. So, your personality is very much influenced by your life experiences as much as it is something just given to you naturally. We have a lot of choice in how we act and how we speak and comport ourselves. Oh my gosh. But yeah, beauty is objective. Like, nobody who sees the Grand Canyon says, oh, that's ugly. Like, I mean, you can arguably make that debate, but everyone is like, whoa, awesome, beautiful. Same thing with you know, Christmas lights and things, and everybody agrees on what is beautiful in life. Literally everybody. Not everybody agrees on what is ugly. Well, there is definitely some objectivity in terms of what is ugly too. But of course, objectivity isn't always what everyone agrees with, right? It just is what is scientifically observable, no matter who you are. A lot of what people say when they critique art or beauty has to do with personal preference, and that's the subjective part. But it doesn't mean that there isn't objectivity to beauty. Confounded. Well, I didn't do very well. I just want my Middle Eastern Christian sweetheart. Is that too much to ask? The Habibi. Oh. Ad break. Hopefully this is a minute-long cutscene, because I don't want people to miss it if I beat him. Which I probably won't. I'm too invested in conversation, not really paying attention too much to the boss. But passively fighting while thinking of other things will get me better at it as well. This is my major problem with this game and the difficulty of these end bosses, especially DLC bosses, is that the rest of the games are very good at teaching you and training you through fighting mobs in dungeons, all the way up to the point where you fight the boss, and then when you fight the boss, you realize the mobs taught you a lot about what the mechanics of the boss would end up being. And there's something of a gradual increase in level of enemies and the amount of damage they do until you get to the boss, and then it's peaked there. But you're trained up to it. Whereas DLC bosses are always like, okay, every boss takes me like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes maximum. And then the end boss is 12 hours. And it's like, why? Why is it so hard? Harder than anything else in the game. Doesn't seem to make much sense. Ooh, second phase stun. Marvelous. Alright. I did it. The Habibi. Habibi. Oh, second phase stagger number 2. This might be it, friends. If I can keep it together. Okay. Need to find out where he is and pick the sides. Who? Oh, he's back. This is it, friends. We've done it. Oh my gosh. Yes! We did it! Screw you! You piece of tripe! Remembrance of a god and a lord. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Charles has done it again. Charles wins again! Woo! Huzzah! Finally! Oh my gosh! Okay. That was ridiculous, but hey, I think I did pretty well there. Oh, blarps are off. Because of poor Solomon SK. Let's go, amigo! Let's go! Yes, let's. I have to wait a minute for that to redeem again. Sorry, but...
Let's go! Ba, 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 ba. Let's go! Ba, ba, ba.
Moko-chan, calm down. Oh, what is this floating orb? I wonder how many hours that actually took me. At least 12 hours. That was easy that time. The RNG was perfect. Let us go! I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I gotta say, my first kill of him, while it definitely took more hours, I don't feel that he's harder than Melania. I don't. I think Melania's health makes him actually easier. What I just agreed to do. I touched the floating ball.
Lord, brother. I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort.
Fight him again. Phase 3. That'd be terrible. I would quit.
Make the world a gentler place.
Reminds me of the white-haired painter. Circlet of light. Interesting. The circlet of light which adorned Miquela's head as he returned in divine aspect. It has begun to fade into nothingness. Slightly boosts intelligence, faith, and arcane, while also boosting the power of Miquela's light. Nice. This circle was to be the very foundation upon which Miquela's Age of Compassion would be built, should it have ever come to pass. Intelligence, faith, and arcane. Very interesting. Remembrance of the god and a lord. I did it, chat. I did it. I knew I would. I didn't know how long it would take. I was just going to passively just keep fighting him until I got it. Holy cow. I did not change my build, though, technically. I did not change anything. I just increased my strength to 99, increased my dexterity to 24, I believe. 24, yeah, my build is interesting. Come to think of it. Remembrance of Radon, consort of Miquela, hewn into the Erd Tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader. Alternatively, it can be used to gain a great bounty of runes. In their childhood, Miquela saw in Radon a lord, his strength and his kindness that stood in stark contrast with their afflicted selves. Selves, yeah. Yeah, he had many selves. And so Miquela made his heartfelt wish that Radon would one day be his king consort. Weird. Weird. But very cute, I guess. In a weird way. It's over, friends. We've done it. Is there anything to interact with these pillars? with this portal of bodies? Nope, we can't even get up there. Confound it. It's too high. I can't climb this. Pappy! Hat. I almost got it. Ah, you're welcome. Gotta go. See you later. Thank you, the Owl in the Brush, for tuning in. Thank you for coming. God bless. Fare thee well. Remember, good Lord loves you, and so do we. Owl in the Brush, ladies and gentlemen. A gentleman himself, a VTuber, an aspiring streamer. Go check out his channel when you have the time. Subscribe and follow when you have the means. Rousing round of applause for Owl in the Brush. Fare thee well. Fare thee well. Alright. Shout out the Owl in the Brush. Red bow tie request? Very well, my friend. I have it right here. Red and brown, eh? That's interesting. Thrillip, how have you been, my good gamer, my good friend, gentleman and mod of the channel? Krillip. We love Krillip here. It is indeed over. There's not much more for me to find, although I do think there is one thing I have yet to discover. Been a bit under the weather. I'm so sorry to hear it, friend. I'm so sorry to hear it. May God heal you in Jesus' name, whatever it is that you're going through. The Lord knows. The Lord is with you. And I'll pray for you. My best wishes are thine. 500,000 runes is... yeah, that's good enough to level with. Finally did it. That was a lot. That was definitely a lot to get through. Red for the ferocity. Thank you, Owl in the Brush. Rawr. Ferocious. Bow ties are cool. Did you know that in Doctor Who, whenever he wore a red bow tie in Matt Smith's time, it was showing that he was going into the future and blue was into the past? It's true. True. Have a good rest of your day. You too, Owl in the Brush. Thank you so much. God bless. Fare thee well. That's it, friends. That was it. This is my build. Ah, dexterity was 22. Fire and Holy could still have been upgraded. I think the Arcane being increased to 24 definitely helped my defense. If I get 77 Vigor, I will have 1999. A very good year. One of my favorite years of my whole life. I think I'll get that. Now my health is definitely over the center of the screen. It's crazy you can get it there. Hilarious. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for coming and being here to witness this. I have not been following any of the NPC dialogue or quest lines. I don't think I finished a single one. Killed all of my compatriots who originally came to me, but that does mean I get all of their armor. Yes. Witness victory. My forefathers, one and all, bear witness! Witness me, witness me! It was fun, though. Next playthrough, I will do a full quest dialogue playthrough, all of the NPCs. I will talk to them, finish all of their quests, as many as can be done in a single playthrough of the DLC. And we'll see everything that they have to give. St. Trina's still down there. What does that mean? We killed Mikola. Is St. Trina still alive? Let's go check. One of the few NPCs left alive after my massacre. Fighting 5 NPCs almost all at once. Oh, she died and dropped something. The head and arms have fallen off of the flower. Now the flower is alone. St. Trina's Blossom. Don't tell me that's a crafting material. What is it? It's a piece of armor. Or a weapon. What? Saintrina's life withered and fell as fleeting as the seasons. At her last, she left a single water lily. Slightly boosts max FP. Despite the velvety purple hue, the flower is in no way poisonous. It merely blooms in quietude. That's so poetic. In the end, the true rest is not death, not sleep, but rather simple nothingness. Simply to exist. I never used the Exalted Flesh, by the way. I never used the Exalted Flesh. I forgot to. I ground it all out. And the placebo of having gotten it just fed me through to the end. That's wild. That's so funny to me. Alright, let's go back to the round table hold and see what Miquella's soul will give us. I'm gonna call it a soul. It's a remembrance, but nah. It's a soul. Oh, we did it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. As usual, my doing my best and killing the boss happened at just a random time. Ah, we get Great Sword of Radahn, Lord and Light. They are the same. And Light of Miquella. 72 faith. Okay. The strength of Miquella upon his deific return, wielded as an incantation, annihilates foes with a pillar of light. Miquella sought to accept all that was and would be, but found one that refused to be embraced. No wonder, as one god and one king consort is all the world needs. What? No wonder, as one god and one king consort is all the world needs. Found one that refused to be embraced. What? Was it me that refused to be embraced? I think so, actually. I think I'm the one. I think the player character is the only one who refused Miquella's embrace. Fascinating. Alright, Great Sword of Radahn, Light. Great Swords of black steel wielded by Radahn in his youth. It's so weird. We get double of Radahn's Great Swords. We get one that ends up being two, and then we get two that can be dual-wielded. That's very interesting. Pair of weapons decorated with a lion mane motif. These were in his possession immediately before his triumph over the stars. The swords of a lord who does not rely on physical strength and gravity alone. Interesting. Lightspeed slash. Oh, you get to do the Neo Matrix move. Assume a luminous form and leap forward to deliver a downward slash at the speed of light. This attack will be followed up by an additional light attack. Charge to increase power of the skill and number of follow-up attacks. Cool. I don't know if I'm going to buy any of these. Poi 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 poi. Thank you, Dizzy. Thank you very much. What is the damage? 127 and 82? That's not even very much. Strangely. Not even very much. It also does not require faith, as weird as that is. What about Lord? Nope. Two different names. But, same weapon. Oh! It has a different ability. Ah. Unique skill, Promised Consort. Imbue the two great swords with the light of Miquella, then deliver a slashing attack, accompanied by columns of light. Ah. Additional input allows for up to 2 follow-up attacks. Gotcha. It's probably going to be very satisfying to kill Radon with his own great swords. Eventually. I am now looking forward to a new build. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? I am going to have you vote in the chat right now. If you will, please do. I do want the engagement. I am wondering what build I should choose next. I'm leaning toward one, but I would at least like to know what your opinion would be. So I am going to ask you this question. Which new build should I use next? Gimli, axes, throwing axes, Death Knight, man, you can't write much in here. Just Death Knight. Ghost Flame. Black Knight. That'll be it. I'll leave it for 5 minutes. 3 minutes, rather. Medium amount of time. Which new build should I use next, ladies and gentlemen? Please answer the question in the chat. The current poll is up. I'm very torn between Ghost Flame and Death Knight. Gimli is definitely one I want to do. And Black Knight is going to be very fun, I already know. And it's going to be very effective. Stagger, as well as shielding. Ghost Flame has the Helfen Blade, as well as shooting. Ghost Flame intelligence spells and incantations. We got some new ones in the DLC. And Gimli, of course, just seems like a fun axe build. I've never done an axe build in Elden Ring. That would be the first time I would do it. I'm gonna buy the Light of Miquella and be done. So we got the lore as to Radon and Miquella's relationship. She wanted him, he wanted him so badly that he tricked Moog into being his consort and then having him killed by us, mind you, so that he could use his body to get the body possessed by the soul of Radon. He made his own flesh puppet. He recreated Radon for his own purposes, and he left alone his own love and compassion in order to be a god. Which is, not a very good god, if you ask me. It doesn't answer very many questions about the lore, though. It just adds on to it. Just like I hate about the lore of this game. It doesn't have any answers to the mysteries of the universe. It just gives you more questions to think on. Which is really annoying. I hope they come out with a new DLC, because there's so much left. Like, what about this? The two fingers are waiting for a message from the heavens, from the greater will. Will there ever be a sequel or DLC that will have the greater will respond? I certainly hope so, because it doesn't make any sense. The lore as it is does not make any sense so far.